I'm very glad to say that we're joined by two of the stars of Kajaki, the true story. We have Tug Hartley here. Say hello, Tug.
Hi, guys.
And this is Mark Stanley, who plays Tug in the film.
Hello, how you doing?
Right, first of all, Tug, the story is pretty gripping. It lays bare some pretty horrific realities of war, including a story involving yourself stranded basically in a minefield in Afghanistan near to Helmand Province, or in Helmand Province. Just talk us through kind of what happened to you there.
It was a long day. The relevance of what happened that day is totally relevant. It's the acts of bravery, the acts of courage from, there's 10 men who went in as a rescue party, and it's telling their tale, it's telling the truth of what happened.
And what was your role during that?
I was the medic on the ground, one of the medics on the ground, and I was there from the start until the finish, unfortunately.
Okay, and obviously it's now been immortalised, if you like, in film, and you will have watched it back. I don't want to spoil the whole story, people can go and see it for themselves. But watching it back, seeing what were pretty tragic and horrific events happening on the screen, how did that feel?
Again, it's not about the negatives, it's the positives, and it's showing the brotherhood, the bond that was created that day. 10 to 12 extraordinary men went into that minefield, and a brotherhood and a bond was born, it was created, and that'll last a lifetime.
And obviously the film's come out at a time with the centenary, remembrance as well. Is that important that people remember the sacrifice that people have made? Definitely
so. The Afghan war's finished, and like other wars, in a year, 2 years' time, people will forget. Where hopefully the film will sort of portray the legacy of what British soldiers do on a daily basis. The realism, the heroism, and the courage that guys show.
Right, if I talk to you, thank you, Tug. If we move on to you now, Mark, what was it like to have the pressure of playing the role of someone who's done such a valiant job for our country?
I think a role like that takes on a lot of responsibility, really. It all started reading the script, and then we went through a training process at Colchester at Friday Woods. And then we went to meet some injured veterans at Shavas. And it was meeting them, really, that you realise that you do carry a responsibility to show and represent the regiment in the right light, and a light that they're going to be proud of. These boys do have a reputation for being the best of the best, really. And absolutely you hold a responsibility, and when somebody like, Tug has been through experiences like that, the harrowing days that he did, you feel a huge amount of responsibility, yeah, absolutely.
What was the key learning for you? What struck you about working on this film, working with guys like Tug? What did you learn that previously you didn't know?
Well, I think until you work on something like this, you don't get a full insight as to what that world's like. I'm not saying that we have. I mean, we've touched, the top of the iceberg, really. But, the one thing that you do get is it's been put up on the poster, but we said it throughout the process. Yes, of course, it's for your queen, your country, but it's for your friends. And you stand there and you bleed into the sand, and you help your friends around you. And you bleed for those friends, and it is about that. It's about keeping each other alive. It's an egoless place of brotherhood and bond.
What did you make of his performance?
He's done well. He's done very well. And watching the film back, it's obviously I was a lot slimmer back then, but no, he's done very well. Very proud. I watched Mark in Game of Thrones. I was a big fan of his, and it's been a great experience to meet him, and it's been an honour as well. It's fantastic, fantastic.
We'll have a kiss after.